Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of LAKERS, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Luka Dončić avoids serious knee injury in Slovenia's loss to Latvia. This summer has been a pivotal one for Luka Dončić, now the new face of the Los Angeles Lakers. After an unexpected exit from the Dallas Mavericks, Dončić has used the offseason to get into peak physical shape, both to silence the critics and to show he's ready to lead on a bigger stage. Eurobasket was supposed to be the perfect opportunity to prove just that. Representing Slovenia means everything to Dončić, and the tournament is a chance to showcase not only his skills but the hard work he's put into transforming his body. But things haven't gone quite as planned. Slovenia fell to 0-4 in exhibition play after a 100-88 loss to Latvia on Saturday. And for a moment, things looked even worse when Dončić went down early in the third quarter with what appeared to be a knee injury. A scare, but nothing serious. Before the injury, Dončić was electric, dropping 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists in the first half alone. The moment he went down, fans and teammates held their breath. But thankfully, the news that followed was reassuring. According to Dan Wojcik of The Athletic, Dončić avoided any serious damage to his right knee and will remain with the Slovenian national team. Later, NBA insider Mark Stein confirmed the diagnosis. It's just a knee contusion, nothing serious. The play itself was a freak accident. One of Dončić's own teammates tried to draw a charge and ended up crashing into his leg. The impact looked scary, especially given the speed and force involved, but fortunately, there was no structural damage. After being evaluated in the locker room, Dončić returned to the bench in good spirits. He was even seen trying to check back into the game, though the coaching staff wisely decided to keep him sidelined for the rest of the night. Lakers holding their breath. While Dončić remains focused on his national team, it's almost certain that the Lakers were quick to reach out and assess the situation. With training camp just weeks away and the weight of the franchise now squarely on Dončić's shoulders, any injury scare, no matter how minor, is enough to cause concern. The good news? It seems he's been cleared to keep playing for Slovenia, at least for now. Still, it's something the Lakers medical staff will be watching closely as the tournament continues. Emerging as a leader, on and off the court. This next chapter in Luka's career is about more than stats. He's no longer just a generational talent. He's stepping into a leadership role, both for Slovenia and now for one of the NBA's most iconic franchises. Though he hasn't always been seen as a vocal leader, Dončić's teammates are beginning to notice a shift. One Slovenian teammate recently praised Luka for his growth in this area, saying he's become more vocal, more intentional, and more focused on lifting up the players around him. It's clear that Dončić is embracing the responsibility of being the guy, not just for a night, or for a team, but for an entire organization that expects banners and legacy. Injury scare aside, Luka Dončić looks locked in, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And if this summer is any indication, he's more than ready to lead both Slovenia and Los Angeles into a new era. Luka Dončić avoids major injury amid Slovenia's struggles, but bigger questions remain. This summer was set to be a fresh start for Luka Dončić, now the cornerstone of the Los Angeles Lakers. After a surprising departure from Dallas, Dončić committed to reshaping his body and mindset, preparing to take on a leadership role with one of the NBA's most storied franchises. The Eurobasket tournament was supposed to showcase his transformation. But instead, Slovenia has stumbled, and Dončić himself had a major scare. A contusion, not a catastrophe. During a recent exhibition loss to Latvia, Dončić went down in the third quarter after a teammate accidentally fell into his right knee. He had been dominant in the first half, scoring 26 points with 4 rebounds and 5 assists, before the collision brought everything to a halt. Fortunately, the injury turned out to be a knee contusion, painful, but not serious. He was seen walking without assistance shortly after and returned to the bench in good spirits. Dončić even attempted to re-enter the game, though team staff wisely kept him sidelined. While the injury is minor, it's expected that Slovenia will limit his minutes until the tournament officially begins. A new Luka, on and off the court. Beyond the injury, Dončić's physical transformation has caught attention. He's reportedly shed over 30 pounds, moving with greater agility and energy. But more than that, He stepped into a new role as a leader, both for his national team and his NBA franchise. Slovenian teammates have commented on how much more vocal and involved Dončić has become, embracing the responsibility that comes with being the face of a team. Now with the Lakers, that leadership will be tested more than ever. Dončić isn't just expected to perform, he's expected to guide, inspire, and win. The Lakers are watching closely. Though the Lakers have given Dončić the green light to continue with Slovenia, they're undoubtedly monitoring his condition closely. With training camp on the horizon and the pressure to deliver in Los Angeles building, any injury scare, no matter how small, carries weight. The Lakers roster is being built around Dončić. His presence isn't just central to the team's offense, it shapes their identity. From recruiting veterans to influencing team dynamics, Dončić is already proving he's more than just a scorer. What comes next? Slovenia has yet to win a warm-up game, and Dončić's availability for the upcoming Eurobasket games may be limited depending on how his knee responds. But barring any setbacks, he's expected to compete and lead. This summer, Dončić hasn't just changed physically. He's taken the first steps toward becoming the kind of leader, player, and star who can carry a franchise. Exclusive former Lakers star shares heartfelt message for Steph Curry. Former Los Angeles Lakers standout Cedric Ceballos recently opened up with a touching tribute to Stephen Curry, sending sincere praise to the Golden State Warriors superstar, both as a player and as a person. After 16 remarkable seasons in the NBA, Curry's legacy is undeniable. With 11 All-Star selections, for championships, 2 All-Star Game MVPs, and a Finals MVP, he's firmly secured his place among the game's all-time greats. Many would argue he's the greatest point guard the league has ever seen. And at 37 years old, Curry isn't slowing down. Heading into his 17th NBA season, he still brings the same joy, passion, and leadership that helped redefine the modern game. In an exclusive interview with Inside the Warriors, Ceballos reflected on what makes Steph so special, beyond the stats and trophies. His love, his passion, the way he gives himself to the game, Ceballos said. The spectacular plays, the way he dances after them, it's just joy. His father was a great man, and his mother was a wonderful woman too. I've known them for years. Ceballos shared a personal memory that speaks volumes about the journey Curry has made. To see that little kid sitting next to me during the dunk contest I won. And now to see what he's become, it's incredible, he recalled. I don't know how many more years he has left. 5? 10? Maybe more. But whatever happens, he's already done something amazing. I love watching him play. Ceballos' own NBA journey. While Ceballos' message centered around Curry, his own basketball story is also worth remembering. The former forward had his best season with the Lakers in 1994-95, averaging 21.7 points and 8 rebounds per game, earning him his lone All-Star appearance. The following year, he averaged over 20 points again and started in 71 games, the most of his career. Perhaps most famously, Ceballos won the 1992 Slam Dunk Contest, with young Steph Curry, just 4 years old, sitting nearby as a wide-eyed spectator. His NBA career also included stints with the Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, and Miami Heat, followed by international experiences in Israel, Russia, and the Philippines, as well as time in the ABA and the IBA. A fitting opening night storyline. Fittingly, Curry and the Warriors will begin their 2025-26 season against the Lakers, the team Ceballos once starred for. The highly anticipated matchup, featuring Stephen Curry versus LeBron James, is set for October 21st at the Chase Center in San Francisco, as part of the NBA's opening night doubleheader. It's a reminder of how far Curry has come, from a kid on the sidelines to a generational icon still captivating the basketball world. And for Ceballos, who's witnessed every phase of that journey, it's something deeply personal. His message was more than just admiration, it was a tribute from one era to another, a passing of the torch from a former star to a living legend. Cedric Ceballos pays tribute to Stephen Curry as legacy debates resurface. Former Lakers forward Cedric Ceballos recently shared a heartfelt message for Stephen Curry, expressing admiration for the Golden State Warriors star's journey, both as a player and as a person. More than just a compliment, his words reignited conversations around Curry's place in NBA history, his leadership, and how his game would have translated in earlier, more physical eras. Now entering his 17th season, Curry remains one of the league's most electrifying and influential figures. With 4 NBA titles, multiple MVP honors, and an unmistakable cultural impact, he continues to redefine what a modern point guard can be. Even at 37, Curry's energy and commitment haven't wavered, and former players like Ceballos have taken notice. The way he gives himself to the game, the joy, the passion, it's special, Ceballos said. Seeing him grow from that little kid at the dunk contest into a generational superstar, it's been incredible. He's done amazing things, and I love watching him play. Ceballos also spoke on Curry's character off the court, mentioning the strong foundation he came from and the grace with which he's handled his rise to fame. A tribute that opened a debate. While his tribute was heartfelt, it also touched a nerve in NBA circles. Ceballos reflected on how Curry's game might have been received in the more physical 1990s era. He questioned whether defenders from that time, players who thrived on toughness and contact, would have allowed Curry the space to shoot with such freedom. This sentiment adds fuel to a familiar debate. Would today's superstars dominate in past eras, and vice versa? Curry has responded to such speculation in the past, acknowledging the respect for those who came before him but also showing a bit of frustration with constant comparisons. For him, the focus remains on staying sharp, competing at the highest level, and continuing to lead both on and off the floor. A leader amid uncertainty. As the Warriors head into a season filled with question marks, particularly regarding roster depth and unresolved contract issues, Curry's role becomes even more critical. Despite being one of the older players in the league, he remains the heart of the franchise, guiding a team in transition while still performing at an elite level. He's reportedly remained focused during the off-season, training consistently and preparing for what could be another demanding campaign. And while the franchise faces tough decisions, especially around younger talents like Jonathan Kuminga, Curry's leadership will be key in keeping the team united and competitive. The bigger picture. Ceballos' comments highlight more than just Curry's individual greatness. They remind us how the league has evolved, how legacies are shaped, and how athletes today continue to carry the torch lit by past generations. As the Warriors prepare to open their season against the Lakers, a matchup that always carries weight, Curry's story will once again take center stage. Not just as a player chasing another title, but as a symbol of the NBA's evolution. Skill over size, poise over pressure, and leadership rooted in authenticity. Luka Dončić suffers right knee injury during Eurobasket, source says. Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Dončić suffered a right knee contusion on Sunday during Slovenia's Eurobasket 2025 matchup. The injury occurred in the third quarter when a teammate accidentally fell into Dončić under the basket, a moment that immediately raised concern. The 26-year-old guard was seen limping off the court in visible discomfort. However, in a show of resilience and competitive fire, Dončić was soon back on the bench, pleading with coaches to return to the game. They wisely held him out for the remainder of the contest. While the initial scene sparked fears of a serious injury, early signs point to good news. According to multiple sources, including a report from The Athletic, the injury is not believed to be severe. A source told me Luka Dončić avoided a serious injury today and plans to remain with the Slovenian national team and continue competing in Eurobasket this summer, reported journalist Dan Wojcik. Still no official timeline, but optimism remains. Though the full extent of the injury has not yet been disclosed, the general mood around Dončić's camp is cautiously optimistic. Depending on how his knee responds over the coming days, recovery could take anywhere from a few days to several weeks. For Lakers fans, the key date in mind is opening night, still over 2 months away. Given his injury history, especially with his lower body, there's understandable caution. Most recently, Dončić dealt with a left calf strain last Christmas while still with the Dallas Mavericks, his most serious injury to date. That incident kept him sidelined for nearly 6 weeks, the longest absence of his NBA career. Will he finish the tournament? While many assume Dončić will now be shut down for the rest of the Eurobasket tournament, he reportedly intends to stay with the Slovenian team. Whether he returns to action or simply supports from the sideline remains to be seen, but his commitment to his national team is clear. Throughout the tournament, Dončić has looked sharp, leading Slovenia with his scoring, playmaking, and leadership. But with the NBA season fast approaching, many in the league believe his true mission lies ahead, wearing purple and gold. Eyes on a new era in Los Angeles. This marks Dončić's first full season as the face of the Lakers franchise, a role that brings both massive expectations and extraordinary opportunity. The Lakers are betting on him to lead them into a new era, and everything from his health to his leadership will be under the spotlight. His passion, toughness, and competitive drive have never been in question. Sunday's injury scare served as a reminder of how quickly fortunes can change, but also of Doncic's relentless mindset. For Lakers fans and basketball lovers everywhere, the hope is simple, that this is just a minor setback for one of the game's brightest stars, and that Luka Dončić will be fully healthy, locked in, and ready to lead Los Angeles when the new season tips off. Lakers' Luka Dončić suffers right knee injury. Los Angeles Lakers star point guard Luka Dončić suffered a right knee injury this Sunday during a Eurobasket 2025 match. The injury occurred in the third quarter when a teammate fell on his leg below the basket. Dončić, 26, was seen limping as he left the court. Shortly afterward, he returned to the bench, seemingly in good spirits, and even requested to return to the game, which the coaching staff declined as a precaution. He did not return to play, but so far, the injury does not appear to be serious. The exact severity has not yet been determined, but early signs are encouraging. Depending on the progression, recovery could take days, weeks, or in more serious cases, even months. However, Dončić is expected to be out for a short time. The NBA season begins in just over 2 months, and there is optimism that he will recover in time. Dončić has a history of lower body injuries, particularly to his left leg. His most serious injury was a left calf strain last Christmas while still playing for the Dallas Mavericks, which sidelined him for about 6 weeks. He returned in February, now playing for the Lakers. While Dončić is likely to miss the remainder of the competition, he intends to remain with the Slovenian national team during Eurobasket, demonstrating his commitment to the country. According to journalist Dan Wojcik, Dončić has not suffered any serious structural injuries and will remain with the national team. During the tournament, the point guard has excelled and led the team with strong performances. However, for many, the main focus now is ensuring he is 100% healthy for his full debut as the face of the Lakers franchise. With a new era beginning in Los Angeles, all eyes will be on Dončić. Hopefully, this scare will be just a brief pause in a promising season ahead. Luka Dončić sits out versus Lithuania, but set to lead Slovenia against Latvia on Saturday. Luka Dončić has been in the spotlight all summer, and not just for his on-court brilliance. The newly re-signed Lakers star has turned heads with a dramatic physical transformation, showing up to national team camp looking leaner, sharper, and more locked in than ever before. After inking a fresh 3-year extension with the Los Angeles Lakers, Dončić didn't take a break. Instead, he returned home to lead his native Slovenia in their preparations for the highly anticipated FIBA Eurobasket 2025, which tips off on August 27th. With the tournament still a few weeks away, national teams across Europe are ramping up through exhibition games, but Slovenia is playing it smart with their superstar. A strategic rest day. Slovenia's head coach, Alexander Shaquille, made the decision to rest Dončić during Friday's friendly matchup against Lithuania, opting not to overload him with back-to-back games. While fans were eager to see Luka in action, the choice was purely precautionary, and a wise one. The good news? Dončić is expected to suit up on Saturday against Latvia, per @KZS_SI on X. It's a matchup that promises fireworks, especially with Latvia led by none other than Kristaps Porzingis, Dončić's former NBA teammate turned Eurobasket rival. Slovenia playing the long game. Slovenia's coaching staff knows what's at stake. With a tough draw in Group D, which includes powerhouse France, their best hope of making a deep run lies in keeping Dončić fresh and fully healthy. He's already shown flashes of dominance in earlier exhibition games, so pushing him through unnecessary minutes in back-to-back outings would be short-sighted. Saturday's game against Latvia, scheduled for 8 a.m. Pacific Time, will offer fans a better look at how Dončić is gelling with the current roster, and how his leadership is beginning to shine just as brightly as his skill. A new Luka, leader on and off the court. Talent has never been in question when it comes to Luka Dončić. But leadership? That's something he's had to grow into, and according to his Slovenian teammates, that's exactly what he's done. Now 26, Luka is embracing more than just the role of playmaker, he's stepping into the role of captain. One teammate recently praised Dončić's growth, noting that he's become far more vocal and intentional in his communication. He talks a lot more now, but in a good way, the teammate shared. You can tell he cares. He's always trying to help us get better, not just on the court, but mentally as a group. That's new for him. And it's making a big difference. For a player who's dazzled the world with jaw-dropping passes, step-back threes, and unmatched poise under pressure, it's this next step in his journey, becoming a true leader, that could take his game, and his national team, to even greater heights. All eyes on Eurobasket 2025. With Luka Dončić locked in physically, mentally, and emotionally, Slovenia could be one of the most dangerous teams heading into Eurobasket 2025. Fans will get a closer glimpse of what's to come when they take on Latvia, but for Slovenia, the focus remains on August 27th, when the real games begin. For now, Dončić is pacing himself. And that's probably the smartest move anyone could make, because arrested, motivated, and evolved Luka Dončić is a scary sight for any opponent. Donic's return to action carries weight for Slovenia and the Lakers. Donic's expected appearance against Latvia on Saturday isn't just about shaking off rust or entertaining the crowd. It's a crucial opportunity to fine-tune Slovenia's offensive identity around him. With a relatively young supporting cast and few seasoned veterans, Donic's presence on the floor changes everything: spacing, tempo, decision-making, even the confidence of his teammates. For Slovenia, the stakes are clear. They aren't entering Eurobasket 2025 as tournament favorites, but with Luka healthy and engaged, they become a dangerous wild card. Especially in Group D, which features title contenders like France, and dark horses like Turkey and Georgia, Slovenia will need Dončić operating at his absolute best from the opening tip. But this isn't just about international competition. The Lakers are also watching closely, and likely holding their breath. With training camp in Los Angeles set to begin in early October, any injury to their franchise player could derail their season before it begins. It's a fine balance, supporting Donic's pride and passion for his home country, while quietly hoping Slovenia doesn't ride him too hard before NBA basketball begins again. Donic's transformation turning heads across the league. What's also capturing headlines is Donic's physical condition. Reports from European media and footage from Slovenia's practices have shown a noticeably leaner, more agile Dončić, perhaps in the best shape of his professional career. NBA insiders have taken note. After years of criticism regarding his conditioning, especially during long playoff runs, Luka seems to have taken the offseason personally. Teammates have said he's been relentless in the weight room and focused on optimizing his endurance for what promises to be one of the busiest seasons of his career. This isn't just the usual "I'm getting in shape" narrative, one European scout told Basket News. Luka's body language, his explosiveness, it all looks different. He's clearly preparing for something bigger. The pressure of expectations, and the potential for history. If Dončić can carry Slovenia deep into Eurobasket 2025, it would further cement his legacy as not just a generational NBA talent, but a global icon capable of elevating an entire nation's hopes. Slovenia already stunned the basketball world by winning Eurobasket 2017, and while expectations are more tempered this time around, the belief in Donic's ability to deliver something special hasn't faded. Even opponents have acknowledged it. When Luka's on the floor, you can't relax, Latvian star Kristaps Porzingis said ahead of their exhibition. He sees everything before it happens. He makes everyone around him better. You know you're in for a battle. Slovenia's final countdown. All eyes on August 27th. With just under 2 weeks before the Eurobasket officially tips off, Slovenia has a few more exhibition games to lock in rotations and finalize tactics. Coach Shaquille continues to emphasize caution with Dončić, but sources say Luka himself is eager to ramp up minutes, sensing the urgency and excitement building. If Saturday's matchup against Latvia goes well, fans could see a full-throttle Luka Dončić return for the final dress rehearsals next week, likely against France or Spain. Either way, one thing is certain: the eyes of Europe, the NBA, and basketball lovers worldwide are on him. Because when Luka Dončić laces up, it's not just a game. It's a show. And the next act is just beginning.